Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo has denied reports that he sponsored some talks to disrupt the peaceful protest by #Sars protesters in Alausa, the state capital. A statement by Gbenga Omotosho, the state commissioner for information, reads, "The attention of the Lagos state government has been drawn to some unverified reports in the social media alleging that the government sponsored talks to disrupt the #Ndsars protest. This is untrue and wicked. Such wide allegations were obviously concocted by enemies of peace and orderliness to whip up sentiment against the government, which has been doing everything possible to resolve the crisis by identifying with our youth in their effort towards police reforms. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has been preaching peace, so has his deputy governor who addressed the protesters last Friday. The governor has addressed them twice at the Lekki Toll Gate and at the House of Assembly. He even carried a placard and marched with the youth after assuring them that he felt their pains and that it was legitimate for them to protest. Besides, the governor visited the president to tender their 5-point demand. He ensured that all the protesters arrested by the police were released unconditionally. The enemies of progress who are not happy that Lagos is not on fire are the ones fueling the infernal lies that the government was sponsoring talks to attack our protesting youths. They have been posting on the social media pictures suggesting that a Lagos bus service limited vehicle was conveying thugs. The bus in question was on its normal operation when it ran into a group of protesters. The passengers who felt endangered rushed out of the bus. They returned to continue their journey after the charging crowd had left. As a government, we will never encourage thuggery or any act of violence that may put the lives and business of Lagosians at risk. We are strongly committed to ensuring that our youth who have taken to the streets to air their views are protected. This should be a sober time for us all as we struggle to reverse the negative effects of COVID-19 on our economic and social lives, even as the experts are warning that a second wave is likely if we shun the safety guidelines we have all agreed to embrace. The government seeks the cooperation of all in ensuring that the crisis is put behind us as soon as possible. Okay? Then, who sent them? Who are those people? Because if you see those thugs who were really after those protesters, when you just look at them from head to toe, you'll be wondering what life are these people living, that in the recent, maybe they are just being patriotic, they just love the government, they love what has been going on in this country, that they would just want to go and be instead of them to join their fellow citizens. Well, nobody would have expected the governor to say yes, I sent them or whatever. Some people are overzealous, uh and that is just the way it's been rolling. Some people are overzealous, they can do and undo, but it's not, you don't expect him to come out and say yes, I sent them or I did not send them. Of course, he will tell you that he didn't send them, just exactly what he has said. And more so, um why did they use the BT buses? So sorry for APC of rogues and evil. Well, some people don't believe the governor that Naim sent them. You were not there when or the people confessed that the government sent them. Even if at all, like I said, the government will never come out and say they are the ones that sent these people. It may not be the governor, but MC Oluomo is Tinubu lucky, according to what another person is trying to say here. That of course the governor might not know much or know anything about this whole thing. Just like I said, that some people are overzealous. Okay, God will judge you and Tinubu after what you did to peaceful protesters. Shame on you for betraying the youth after supporting Tinubu's political ambition over the years. I watched the video as policemen were looking and doing nothing. Okay, nobody will believe that even if it is true. God knows best. The person behind this will be disgraced and arrested as God liveth. Uh, the the lies will never, it can only be delayed, but definitely one day the whole truth will be opened to all. Well, it's about time you think of going to PDP. Best place to be for a cool guy like you. Run off APC. I'm sure you have eyes and can see where this governor is going in a sad note. If you make that move, sure we will work and vote for you. Just like that, PDP. Well, okay, but Sanwo, then who did? They try and fish them out. And somebody said, some people are even be testifying, apart from what somebody said now, that he was there when the whole thing was going on and the police were looking at everybody. And does it mean that the thugs would have overpowered, or they are more powerful than the the policemen? And of course, the protesters, like they overpowered these two thugs, and they were chasing them away until they ran. Because people, I'm sure the protesters were more compared to the thugs. And as soon as they just saw the whole thing, that these guys are not many, and all of them in their large numbers, they just ran after the thugs, and the thugs were running away. And that was what we saw in that video. Just like I said, the governor is not going to come out and say, yes, we sent them or did this and that. Like somebody said, that nobody's going to believe him, whether it is true or not. When you begin to remember the antecedent of what has been happening, this Agbero thing has just been one of the problems Lagosians have been going through. They've been having these challenges of Agbero. So it will be so easy, very, very easy for people to believe that, judging from what happened in the presidential election in 2019. We saw all of those things that really happened. Yes, all of those things happened, talks here and there, and they disrupted a lot of places, and that was it. So nobody's going to believe that anyway, because talks have always been the bane of uh what goes with Lagos State. When you know. Some people say, what we know what we know, they know what they know. So somebody say, oh, this man is a gentleman, you're not supposed to be there. But they brought him. The same party you are talking about, they brought him. So they know those who are always ready to do their bidding, and they will go for all those ones. But the ones that will want to do the bidding of the people will never even get there. They will never even nominate you. You will not even get the ticket in the first place, let alone they want to front you as their candidate. So that is just the irony of the whole thing. Honestly, that's the irony of the whole thing. The more you look in this country, honestly, the less you see. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's have your take on this. Thank you.